There we go. Now we're live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing today? I'm coming to you live from ETA, Entrepreneurs in the Arena. And today, sorry, we want to start by saying we apologize for the tardiness, but we're going to give you impactful information in 25 to 35 minutes. Oh man, I hope you're ready. We got a good one lined up for you today. It is real simple. Winners win, losers lose. I am Leonardo Garcia. He is John Medina. And the gentleman on the other side is Mark Tarolia. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ETA. So, guys, the topic today, winners win, losers lose. Where did that come from?
I was on the plane. This was about 3 years ago, and I was reading a book by Dave Anderson called TKO. I can't remember the name of it, but it's TKO. And he kept talking about winners just keep winning, losers are going to find a way to lose. And I thought about it today. I'm like, you know what? I think that'd be a great topic because it's synonymous with anything you talk about. Sports, you're talking about even as an actor, even as an actress, even as a chef, even as a cook, even as a dancer, even in our industry of sales. I noticed that you have to have a certain pedigree. And I think winners have a certain type of pedigree outside of what losers do. Losers, I seen an emoji John put on Instagram, clown, the clown thing. Losers, they're gonna self-sabotage themselves. But before I go into it, that's what came to my head. That's what came to my mind. So I figured, you know what, that'd be a good topic to discuss with the people today because, like I always say, just like the movie Sixth Sense, when Bruce Willis is in the end, he's thinking he's seeing dead people. He's thinking that he's seeing ghosts, but to come to find out, he is dead. He is the ghost. Just like people are negative and they don't even know it. So just like losers are losers, they don't even know it. And winners gonna know who they are. But what's your thoughts on that, Leo John? Before I keep going in, because I was going a 20-minute.
Oh, no. This could be on you because I have a question. How can a loser become a winner? Because you make it sound almost like it's inherited and that's what it is. Like you're born that way.
Yes and no. Something traumatic has to happen in the loser's life in order to change to become a winner. Death in the family, bankruptcy, losing it all, losing a loved one, a spouse, a girlfriend, a divorce. Something has to happen in order for that person for their mindset to shift into making a decision saying, you know what, never again. This is who I'm going to become in order for me for that to happen again. Think about it. The people that get bullied in high school, what do? They go into the gym, right? They start working out. They start getting big, just like Ray Lewis. You guys heard of Ray Lewis' story? He was skinny and thin, and he started doing push-ups and get big because his mother was getting beaten by her boyfriend. So he wanted to get big enough to make him stop. And guess what? The result of that tenacity resulted him into the NFL. He took that same attitude into the NFL. So just like a bully being bullied right now. Just like a person in high school right now, you thin, you small, you're getting bullied right now. You lifting weights. You're getting ready for that time. And then come to find out, these are the CEOs now. Because they took that chip on their shoulder to make their mindset shift, and now they're bigger and better with more confidence up here. And they always have that mindset in the back of their mind, that's never going to happen to me. No one is ever going to bully me. So that's your question.
John, take a crack at that, John, because I see you licking your chops in a sense. So take a
You're a loser. It's gonna be a loser forever, probably.
If not, I'm gonna flip it on you. Today I'm asking questions.
Yeah, right. I'm over here letting Mark vent, and I'm eating a candied, organic-looking ginger slices that I got from Publix, man. So thank you for allowing me to chew on that. But yeah, so when it comes to winners win and losers lose, right? I believe that, you know, and I was talking to Leo earlier, that winning or attracting things that are good, we're talking about money to be specific, right? But just in general, to attract things that are good to your life, your vibration, your faith level has to be different, right? Like the Bible talks about when Jesus told his disciples that if you have faith as little as a mustard seed is tiny, right? And if you have faith as little as a mustard seed, you could tell this mountain to move and it'll move. And he's not talking about in a spiritual sense. Jesus was talking about in a literal sense. If you tell the mountain to move, it would literally move, right? And some people may think that that's crazy, but if you notice, God split the Red Sea with Moses with a staff, a stick, right? And then he drowned his enemies into it. So it's a spiritual thing rather than anything else, right? So yes, can a loser become a winner? Absolutely. Absolutely not. All right, because you got to think this. Look, for a loser to become a winner, the loser has to die. The Bible says, for you to inherit the kingdom of heaven, you have to die to yourself. He didn't say bring all your crap and your baggage. He said you got to die to yourself. The old man has to die so the new man can live. So no, a loser cannot become a winner. For when the winner is a winner, it's because the loser is dead. He makes sure that he died. And by the way, just for full disclaimer out there, not in a literal sense. Don't be killing nobody or yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there because social media transparency, but or policies. But yeah, you got to transform your mind, man. You transform your mind. You move your body. Vibration, faith, everything goes up. Now good things start to happen in your life.
John, what word rhymes with decide? Leo, what word rhymes?
Die. You gotta die.
Decide, suicide, homicide, die. You have to kill the old version of yourself in order to give birth to a new version of yourself.
That's right. Bible says it this way: you gotta be you gotta be transformed. Be transformed by the renewal of your mind. This is the first secret right there. If you want your life to be transformed, you got to change your mind. For example, most people don't even know. I was quote unquote bullied when I was little, before 9th grade. Right? I was a quiet kid. I was chubby. Right? I was insecure. What really killed it for me was I was very insecure. All right. There was problems at home, and I was carrying it on my face. All right. So I kind of just put my head down and kept to myself. All right. Until that volcano erupted, and they never messed with me again. All right, because I learned that I could release some tension by punching someone in the face. All right, and that's not the way to do it in 21st century. You go to jail. All right, I was just a little kid. Parents were going through a divorce. I wear it on my face and on my fist. All right, so the whole thing of people getting bullied, man, it's just the energy you put out there. You know, I have one of my best friends growing up, chubby. He looked like a freaking wrecking ball. He still does, by the way. Love that dude. I ain't gonna say his name because he might be watching this, but love that dude. Confidence through the freaking roof. He could get any girl he wants, and he's not the looks, man. It's the confidence that he carries.
He don't see himself as a chubby guy. He probably see himself looking like The Rock. It's how you see yourself. It's a reflection of your outer world. The way you see yourself, people see it that the same way.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just like there's people that you may look at them and be like, oh, you live in Miami, Mark, right? Yeah. So you probably think in Miami, all those chicks, because I went to Miami the other day, right? I was reprendiendo el diablo, right? Like they say in Spanish, I was rebuking the devil walking around the streets of Miami, right? Like a freaking horse like this. No, I'm just kidding. No temptation by the grace of God. But you could see all these beautiful people, men and women, right? And you might think, man, they got to be confident. Man, that's such a lie. Confidence comes from the inside, not the outside.
Right.
All right. So just because somebody looks good, somebody's driving the big cars, lives in the big mansion, man, they could be like rotten inside. You know?
Right.
So it's got nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
Well, mindset again. We always end up back about mindset.
That's it.
The end of decision.
Believe, man. You believe in yourself. You believe in God. You believe that strong set that you know who you are, and no matter what comes at you, you win, man. You find a way. Because this is the difference, and you guys tell me if this sounds about right. A loser, what let's label them a loser, right? I don't like to label people because God says that we created to his image. And if I insult a man, I'm insulting God. All right. And I don't want to mess with a big God. But let's say a label on someone that is not winning. All right. They will always find a way to make something not work.
Self-sabotage.
But someone that thinks and becomes and is a winner, they always find the light in the darkness. Always. You know, it's like when I have people around me and they focusing on one little thing that's negative, do I correct it on the spot? Because if not, I become part of the negativity crap.
It'll be a domino effect.
Yep.
Oh, say it again. When people say what? Say it again, John. That's powerful.
People complaining. I forgot what I said.
When somebody complaining, you correct them right there. You
On
don't
the spot.
On the spot.
let it continue. You don't let it build a snowball.
Yeah, and it's funny because I'm building myself a reputation. I was at the church and I said something. I was joking around, right? We're all wearing the same colors. I'm like, I didn't even know that we had to wear these colors. And some lady's like, oh, I got the red shirt. I didn't notice it was blue. I was like, oh, I guess you're gonna have to go home and change now, right? And then I say something else after that, and the worship leader goes, oh, coming from John, I believe it. I was like, because it was something like, you know, something that is like, yes, just shoot from the hip, man, you know. And I was like, man, what a reputation I'm building, because that's what it is. You know, the Bible said the truth will set you free. And most people are afraid to say the truth. It's like I was listening to Alex Hormozy, amazing podcast. By the way, it's free on Audible. I didn't even notice that. You know, at least through the premium version. I don't know if it's free for everyone. But I was listening to Alex Hormozy. I've been consuming his stuff. The way the guy thinks, he goes like, listen, if you're getting started and you feel like you have the imposter syndrome, the fastest way to let go of the imposter syndrome and you haven't had any real results yet, but you did and you put in massive action into something, you could say, hey, man, I did that 30,000 times and I know 30 different thousand ways for you to do it wrong and get no results. All right. So he said, you leave with that.
It's the light bulb. It's the light bulb theory. Thomas Edison's the light bulb theory. He figured out a lot of ways on how to do it wrong until he got it right.
That's right. And a loser will focus and say, hey, man, I done it 10,000 times. This thing ain't working. But a winner is saying, hey, I done it 10,000 times and I know how to do it the wrong way. So I ain't going to do it that way. And they keep finding another way.
And I can teach you not to do it the wrong way also.
That's right. You know something. Just because you haven't seen results, you know exactly what did not work. That is an experience, my friend.
All right, so let's go vice versa. Can a winner become a loser?
Absolutely.
I'm waiting for the not. So obviously you're saying that winners can become losers, but losers can't become winners.
Absolutely not. It's a horse is a horse is a horse. A horse cannot, well, nowadays, I mean, you become a furry, but, I ain't going to talk about that.
Well, I would say angel advocate. So, John, you telling me right now, if you start hanging with losers, you start drinking, start partying with them.
Then you were a loser.
No. For some reason, you lost your wife, your whoever, your girlfriend, your house. Now, these people make you feel good. They make you feel better. You know, hey, John, come over here and have a drink. Hey, John, now you fell for temptation because remember, we're human. Right? So now you're doing what they're doing. Now you're gambling. Now you're doing the things that losers do.
Let me tell you a story of Job. From the Bible.
Yeah.
That man lost all his wealth.
Don't
quote me on how many kids he had. I think he had like 10 or 12 kids. And he lost his wife. All in the same day. In the same day. Go read the story of Job in the Bible.
Yep.
The devil went throughout the whole earth. He said, there's not one righteous man in this planet. Kill them all. To God, he said. He had to ask God for permission before he could speak. All right? The devil ain't got no power, man. Not with our Father. All right? And he said, there's no righteous man in this planet. Kill them all. Right? Blah, 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 whatever. And God said, have you seen my servant Job? He's a man after my own heart. And he said, of course, you got wealth, you got children with help, and you got him a wife. And he's got servants.
Yeah.
And he said, if I take it all, he'll be cursing you in no time. God allowed the devil. The Bible said he allowed the devil to go take it all over. Allowed the devil. Now the devil didn't got no permission to touch the Son of God, the servant of God. And God said, I allow it because he knew his heart. Lost it all. His friends came to him after. He said, Job, I know you did something wrong. Tell us what you did. Job said, I've done nothing. And I bless God. He blessed God. He did not go and complain. He did not go to prostitutes. He did not go in a ditch. He was a winner. And God gave him 100-fold back. And probably got an upgrade on the wife too. But let's not talk about that. All right. But you see, a winner win and a loser lose. You don't change who you are, man. What you are just comes out.
So you will say that the person's not actually losing, they're learning. If it's if it happens temporary now, human now, we're human now. I know you said Job, the story of Job, but how many stories of Job we know in real life?
That's
right
real
now,
life.
In 2024.
Well, that is real life.
He's talking about the present future. The present
2024. How many people you know that would do what Job did? 2024. You're gonna go through a phase.
There's one guy, I forgot his name. He's a Puerto Rican preacher. He has a right hand right now, another man. That right hand killed his son. And God told him to forgive him. He fought God. He said, I don't want to forgive the man. But he said, I forgive you. He forgave that man. Now they go preaching together all over Puerto Rico and all over the world. That's a guy that's alive right now, a young man.
Wow. I never knew that story.
That's tough.
Google it. He's a Puerto Rican preacher, an evangelist. God uses him mightily. He has tattoos everywhere. You cannot miss him. He was from the streets too. He forgave the man. The man is his right hand right now. In this century, alive right now as we speak. Can many people do that? No. But it happens.
That's why you believe winners cannot lose, but winners cannot lose, but losers cannot win either.
He could have done an eye for an eye. It's Puerto Rico we're talking about. You could hide anything out there.
And people would have forgiven him anyway for doing that. People would have found him to be in the right.
There is a woman. This is a big story, a white lady, years ago. In court, she stepped in. She became like a superhero for men and women out there. This is in the United States, years ago. She walks into, there's a picture of her out there. It's incredible. I just learned this story like a few months ago. She walks into the court. The man that molested and killed his daughter, I think she was 7. She walks in, big black coat. There's a white lady. Looks straight in the eye, points, point blank, drops the gun like a mic. Doesn't move, doesn't run, gets arrested. Does 10 years in prison. They let her out. She came out of there. She was like a vigilante. She was like a superhero. Because people agreed that everybody else, a lot of people would have done the same thing. And they let her out after X amount of years. She did not do life.
Hold on, did she shoot the man?
She killed the man in court, in front of everybody.
Okay.
Point blank. So you see, this is the whole thing, right? You could choose right or you could choose left. It's totally up to you. You are who you are inside, man. Can people change? God could change you. God changed me. You guys would have met me back in high school. You guys would not like me. And I probably wouldn't like y'all either. All right. But guess what? I know that wasn't me, man. That was just a phase. You become a product of the environment. All right. So people just gotta self-analyze. You are a winner by default. Once you're born, man, you're a friggin' winner. There was thousands of little, whatever they call those things that didn't make it. You did.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Now you're changing the narrative. We're not going from winners win, losers lose. Now we're saying we're all born winners, but we make choices that make us losers.
You got free will, man. Look, you and I, we got 20.
It became a Bible study, guys.
You know what you get when you get me, man. You could take me out of the Bible. You cannot take the Bible out of me. All right. The Bible says the mouth speaks of what's in the heart. You want to know what's inside someone's heart? Let them speak.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Get on the open mic.
Step on their toe.
Yeah.
Let it come out. And then you make a decision. Do I want that fool around me, or is he a wise man?
Interesting. Man, you left me speechless, bro. I'm sorry, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
Diamonds are made out of pressure, right?
That's right.
You want to know what's in a man's heart? Take everything away from him.
That's powerful, bro. That story right there, that's a good one.
And I'm sure he wasn't the only one that was tempted like that and probably cursed God. Other people did. But not Job, man. All right. But yeah, man, what do you guys think? Can a loser become a winner? Can a winner become a loser?
I think, go ahead, Leo. I
think it's a state of mind, man. I think that I think even if you lose, you can still consider yourself a winner because it's how you carry yourself. I mean, and I'll use a sports analogy. When Tom Brady lost to the Giants, still a winner. Tom Brady's still considered a winner. I think it's how you take the L's that matters, whether you're a winner or a loser. Complete transparency. Today has not been the easiest day for myself. And I don't think I'm a loser. I think that certain situations I might not win. That doesn't mean that I'm a loser. A lot of us, even I think all three of us on this podcast over the last few episodes have expressed our youth, and our youth would give us the excuse to be, even the right to be considered, I guess, a loser. We could have all taken the wrong side of the street. We could have all been on the other side of the fence. All of us.
Yeah.
We have every element in our lives that we have shared. Imagine the ones we haven't shared could have made us considered in society's eyes as a loser, even to ourselves. Now, do you feel are you a loser? No, it depends how you bounce back from that. Yeah, I fall. You know, I'm speaking from personal experiences. I fall, but I find my way back up. Sometimes I've been noticing more and more that through the word, and since you're being biblical, through the word is not always understanding the word, is the messages and how God speaks to you. So I think I'm spoken through people. Sometimes some people say the right thing, and some people say things that I've never talked to them in my life, and they say something about me, and you're like, where did that come from? Only God. So I feel that your best statement this whole podcast is that everybody's born a winner, because that's what I really feel, is that everybody has winner in them, but we end up having loser type tendencies because of the scars, pain, or negativity that has happened in our lives. And we're still fighting and healing from that, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense, man. My belief is this. The moment that you're conceived in your mother's womb,
you made it. You're a winner.
One out of 1,000, man.
1 out of 1,000,000, bro.
Yes.
Million. There you go. I didn't even know the numbers.
Oh, yes. It's a sick number. Probably more than that.
Yeah.
We're winners, man. And if you look at the magnitude of what God has created, they say there's over 100. I said 100 million galaxies or 100 galaxies, or some crazy number out there. And our galaxy has been discovered through recent research, right? That our galaxy is one of the smallest galaxies that exist, the Milky Way, whatever they call it. All right. And there's a planet out there that the sun is, what is it, 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times bigger than the Earth? But there's another planet out there that's way bigger, over 1,000,000 times bigger than the sun. And still, God knows how many hairs you got on your body. Tell me how much. And God created all that amazing things. He still called us in the Bible, in the book of Genesis. For you people out there that don't freaking read the Bible, it's like, dude, if you get a manual to drive a freaking car, you put the car on the D, no Diddy, all right? And then you press the gas, all right? I'm a holy man, I'm a saint, but I still know my Diddy jokes, right?
Yeah!
Too soon.
I don't even follow the news, man. This is on Instagram. That's the Instagram, man. But you put the car on drive and you press the gas slowly. Instructions on how to drive a car and not crash. God knew we so much fools that we won't listen to him and we wouldn't have access direct to him like we did back in the days, that he put it in a book. He said, here's the book. Don't screw it up, little boy. All right? And by his grace, we get access to him now. And people still don't freaking stop and listen. Listen, I've opened the Quran. I've looked into other religions. There's not one religion out there that's funded in love. Not one. Where the Father said he loves you, right? But what am I saying this? From the moment that we are freaking born, dude, we're freaking winners. All right? It's like Leo was saying. It's the decisions that you do. Like, for example, you heard it before. We're a product of our environment. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. Thank God I didn't grow up in Brooklyn, by the way. I was only there for kindergarten. But I grew up in the Dominican Republic. If you guys know the culture.
That's not much better.
Oh, it's way more dangerous. Because for anything, those like the culture, hopefully it changed. But what I know about the culture in the Dominican Republic, we're a prideful man. Very prideful. I remember when I met my wife and I got married, I got into the family. They offered me leftovers. That's normal, right? I wasn't there. I was at work. They were having whatever they were having. And my wife goes like, oh, hey, we left you some leftovers. This Dominican dude right here, I got mad. Pride kicked in. Leftovers, sobra. We don't freaking eat soda, man. You don't give us leftovers. In the Dominican culture, you give somebody leftovers, you don't like them. They're a peasant. If you didn't take the liberty to serve them a food and put the plate to the side as everybody was serving themselves, or even before they serve themselves, is a disrespect, according to the culture. I had to rewire myself into this Americanized Italian family.
That's how Haitians are too. We the same way.
We're neighbors, man.
Yeah.
You know, you look at me wrong, I look at you wrong, and let's go. Yeah. That's called emotional damage, right? That's emotional damage, man. That's childhood behavior. That's why you gotta let go of the old man, and you gotta become you, because you're powerful, man. Right when you were born. 1 out of a million, dude. You know the odds?
That's interesting. Wow.
1 out of a million, dude. And you woke up this morning?
Out of a million, too. Out of millions, you know.
You know how many people wish they had this second that we're talking about right now? Yeah. To say I love you to a last family member, and they didn't get that privilege? There's people right now all over the world, thousands of them just dying as we speak.
Yeah.
And thousands more are being born right now as we speak. And here we're complaining about a little thing.
Definitely got to be grateful. Man, I'm a little upset, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie. 28 minutes. I said 25, and this is something that's really taken a turn. I know. Look, I'm not going to lie, especially to the people. Yes, I'm pressed for time, but this is something that we have to discuss at a different level. Because this is it's not really the title winners win, losers lose. You're really talking to a bunch of people, including myself. You know, the best thing about podcasts, or the luxury of this podcast, is that you get to talk to yourself and hear it amongst your peers. This is just transparent talk on basically life. It's a blueprint, and obviously we have a manual, as John said, but there's a blueprint, and people are living this life every day that don't have those words coming to them. So I know, and I want to thank both of you guys. It's not my show, it's our show, but I want to thank you both because it was different perspective. Man, I felt like an audience guy just coming up here today. Asking questions. I gave my own comment. I was like,
you had great questions. That's what made the show. I always tell people, what make the shows or conference call is the questions being asked, because you could never get that out of John if you never asked the question. You never got that out of me if you never asked that question. So it's all about the questions being asked, bro. Great question.
That's it, man. And everything comes to a man in due time. Perfect time.
Well, John, if you're saying that, you could close us out, John.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, this has been an amazing episode of the ETA podcast, Entrepreneurs in the Arena. And listen, every time you get me, you get what I am, right? I don't leave the Bible at home. The Bible is in me. All right. You got to live it. It's like you don't leave your lungs when you leave your house. You're still freaking breathing wherever you are. All right. And just to acknowledge some comments, man, I just noticed right now, I appreciate everybody commenting, like your trusted insurance broker. She said, you can depend on John to drop a scripture every time. And then JCS Viz, which is actually my cousin in Brooklyn, right? It's all about perspective and circumstances. Just because you lose a battle doesn't mean you lose the war.
Nice.
All right? So, and I'm proud of my cousin right there too, man, because I know I seen him from afar, and I see the transformation that is happening in him. He started working on himself, I don't know how many months ago, maybe last year. The man is getting jacked, right? He's getting transformed from the inside out, and the outside is going to catch up, man. All right, because you're a product of your environment, but you're not the environment. So listen, folks, you guys be blessed. I appreciate you guys connecting. And until the next one, stay tuned every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, coming to you live from all the platforms. Be blessed, folks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.